I'm gonna be showing you guys today how to install this 7mm thick Lucioli inner tube. This thing's heavy, it's thick. There's some tricks to install them, so follow along. I'll show you guys how to do it. You're gonna need a few things. I like to have a pin to mark the rim because we're gonna need to drill a third hole for the rim lock in the rim, because on the Lucioli, the thing that sets it apart from different tubes, number one, super thick, really tough, very heavy, but it also has two rim locks integrated into the tube. Most rims only come with two holes, one for your original tube valve and your rim lock. So let me show you guys how I choose the hole on where to drill. So I put the rim on the inner tube. We've got our two existing holes right here, one for a rim lock, one for the air valve. And then on the opposite side of the rim, boom, this is where our third hole is gonna be for our second rim lock. I am just going to mark that with a paint pen. We're gonna drill right there. Bum, bum, bum. Punch out the center. Lucioli recommends an 8mm or a 9mm hole for your two rim locks. So for your second rim lock and then your already existing hole, they want you to enlarge it a little bit just so there's room for the rim lock. So I'm gonna be drilling out both the rim lock holes with an 11/32 bit, and that should work pretty good. Got those two holes drilled out. I'm gonna clean out the inside of my rim, then I'm gonna lube up the inner tube. So there's a few different ways to put these in, but I'm gonna install it like a bib. So first, make sure your rim lock holes are in the right orientation with your tire. Let all the air out of Lucioli, and then jam it in your tire like you would a bib. Lube really helps get it in easier. When installing this tube, you need to take into account for the orientation of the tube because it has two rim lock holes. We did earlier in the video, we drilled out two holes slightly bigger than the standard holes. So if you put your rim lock in the wrong orientation with your tire, your rim lock's gonna be going into the incorrect hole, if that makes sense. We've got the holes all lined up in the right spot, and then I'm gonna jam these two into the holes and then get a nut on them. If you guys were wondering what the eye candy in the background of the video is, this is our giveaway bike, and one of you guys is gonna win it. Drawing is December 16th. It's got every single part on it you can imagine. Link in bio, enter to win. We got our valve stem and our rim lock in the holes with nuts on them so they're not gonna retract back in the tire. Now we're just gonna fold the tire on like we would with a normal bib. Usually you'd wanna get some lube on the outside of the tire, but I've been so messy with the silicone, it's everywhere, including on me. This should go on pretty easy. So I just folded the tire onto the rim. Now we're gonna get the second rim lock into its hole. So I just used my foot there to jam the threads of the second rim lock into its place. So I'm gonna get a nut on there so it doesn't retract back into the tire. Nice thing about these tubes, you don't really have to worry about getting a tire iron into them because they're so thick. And there we go. Tire's on, we'll air it up. Cross our fingers, it holds air. Chuck it on the bike, good to go. If you guys have any questions, just drop a comment below. She's holding. Good to go.